Hello, hello. Welcome back to Divine Destiny Guide. How are you? Sending you the purest of love and light. Yes, I'm a little bit still stuffy, but I'm getting there. I hope you're doing well. Season's greetings to you as well. Sending you the purest of love and light. We are safe, we're anchored, and we are protected. I'd also like to say a big shout out to my members as well. Thank you so very much for your love and for your support. If anyone would like to be a member of, this tribe, it's really inexpensive. So I would greatly appreciate your support. Thank you so very much. So let's get into it. If it's your first time, I welcome you. Returning soul tribers, new soul tribers, thank you for your love and your support. So as I was getting everything ready and just getting my thoughts together and just meditating, it's like the thought came to me like, wow, for where I am now and what I'm doing, it had to happen. All the things that happened in my life up until now, it had to happen. And I really can see now how God really put things into place for what I'm experiencing and encountering now. If I did not have the spirit of discernment, if I did not go through all the trials, with the betrayals and the ups and downs and all of these things from people, whether strangers, fake friends, fake families, and, all of these ups and downs is like, wow, I've learned so many, so many lessons, painful lessons. But then I understand even, again, it's like just going down memory lane a little bit. And I'm like, like I'm just, wow, blown away. Like, God, why are you, why are we doing this? And it may be for you too, as you're coming up to the end of the year. Some of you could probably find yourself reminiscing how far you've come. And so many things will make sense back then when you're going through it. And of course, if you're going through it right now, it doesn't make sense to you. But I believe you me, it will make sense. Like the song says, we will understand it better by and by. We will understand it better by and by. Because I'm telling you, when I tell you that even in my life, if I did not go through the valley, my valley of my shadows, and was able to conquer and confront those demons, not having any fear, knowing that God is with me. Today, there are so many people, again, new levels, new devils, and you have so many fake people and the same people who still want to pull the same tricks and tactics, all because they think that they have gotten away with it for so long, so they can continue to do the same thing. And it's having that spirit of discernment to be able, there's a difference between woke and awakened. And I'm telling you, when you're awakened to the trickery and the lies and the plots of the enemies, let me tell you, people will be scattering like you turn the light on and the cockroaches are running the other direction, okay? Your light is going to trigger a lot of people, demons and their darknesses. Because I'm telling you, a lot of grown people, they're just old, but very immature. They play too much. And a lot of people are going to come to realize more than ever when God says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Because a lot of people, they will look at you, they look at us, they looked at me, and they think that, oh, because I'm talking about God, oh, because I look so simple, oh, because I'm not talking. But it doesn't mean I'm not paying attention. And it is so sad that sometimes you have to remind people like, hey, I'm not as dumb as I look or what you think. But see, the thing is that the more people become so drawn into their wicked ways, It's like they're so blatant. They're doing it without even knowing that you're watching them or you're paying attention, because they're so used to getting away with it. And I can imagine before I reached this point as well, a lot of these things were happening to me too, right underneath my nose. And people would be able to, do what they do. But I'm telling you, a lot of people, they need to get it together. Because the truth is that God is not playing. And I don't know about you, soul tribals, but neither am I, because I'm sick and tired. And I'm telling God, do what you have to do, because I'm not standing between anybody and them getting their judgment or their karma. Anybody who wronged me, God, deal with them. Have your way with them. Because this is the only way a lot of people will learn. This is the only way they will learn to stop it. Or they will just, whatever it is, it will unalive them. But some people, they have never had anything happen to them in their life or to their families, because they've been getting away with things for so long. And I can only imagine Pharaoh was doing all these things to the children of Israel, the slaves, until God said enough is enough. It's like the more people harden their hearts, is the more harsher the punishment is going to be. The more that people try to think that they're controlling us, tightening the rein around us, is the harsher the punishment is going to be. It's like it really didn't hit home with Pharaoh until when, like, his own child died. I'm telling you, a lot of people, they play too much. And sometimes this is the only way. And I'm not saying I'm wishing anything on anybody. But all I'm saying is that people need to be careful, because God is real. God is real. And I know he doesn't play about me. He doesn't play about you either, soul tribers. And a lot of people, I'm telling you, they're messing around and they're going to find out. They are going to find out, because the truth is that God is going to take care of us. Your hands are clean, your heart is pure, you don't trouble anybody. And yet still is like, and I know it's like it's a part of it, where you go into people's life and they just see you as a simpleton and they can do whatever they want to do. And it's like God wants people to know that, look, stop judging a book by its cover. Stop underestimating people. Not because they're not from your echelon or upper echelon or your tribe or clique or your posse. Especially those who are humble. Because God does not call the equipped, but whomever he calls, he equips them. He called David from out there taking care of his sheep. He overlooked all of his handsome, tall brothers. He called Joseph to go to the palace, not all of his older brothers. God is all about the people who have been overlooked. The people who are picked on, the people who are the least among their families. Those are the ones, the black sheep. So the truth is that a lot of people, they're doing a lot of things to you, to us, because we don't look the part. But the truth is that, no, we don't look the part. But the truth is what God is looking for, we have the heart. We don't look the part, but we have the heart. I love that. It rhymes a little bit. Okay, all right. Don't copy that now. We don't look the part, but we have the heart. I like that. I love it. I love it. Man looks at the outward part, but God sees and knows the heart. And this is what God is all about. So yeah, it's like I was just going down memory lane, because I'm thinking, trying to navigate, even these various platforms and everything, just, going through. And yes, it's true. New levels, new devils. And I'm so glad that God took me through all of these things and took me here, into Tarot land, where I can know more, get in touch with my spirituality so that I can really know more about what happens in the dark, in the spiritual realm. Still with love and light. Before, I think it's too much love. I was way off balance. Too much light. But now I know the dark side of it. Not only knowing the dark side of people, but also my own dark side, my own shadow side, confronting also the things that I used to dread or fear to confront so that they no longer have power over me. So it really gives me a healthy balance. And for that, I am eternally grateful. I am so thankful to God for everything, that He has done. So, yes, that was my spiel. So I hopefully won't keep us too long here because, but again, I hope that encouraged somebody to keep going. Nothing that you go through will be wasted. Nothing. Nothing you go through will be wasted. It's like I cannot see anything so far. Even the painful things that I've gone through in my life. For a lot of you, you've been here with me for a long time. So, I've shared a lot of things about my life, dealing with, my karmic family members and everything like that. And, all these communities, meeting these people who are, they're working for the devil and all of this stuff. And I'm telling you, if I did not come this way, I would not be here today. Obedience is better than sacrifice. I thank God that I am obedient, that I was obedient in picking up my cross, coming here and learning more, knowing more. People are mad because see, the truth is that if I did not know about all of these things, I mean, I know of it, but not to the extent that I've come to learn about it. I mean, people were having a field day with me, and because they can't continue anymore, and I'm sure with you as well, because you're on your peep game, and God is exposing people and things to you, and it's like people are not happy, but it's too bad. For too long, wicked people been happy, we've been sad, and it's our time now. It's our time now. So the first card that popped out when I pre-shuffled in preparing is from Philippians 4 verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Not some things, but you can do all things through Christ though. You have to go through God. You have to go through Jesus who gives you strength because He's the one who is going to give you the strength to do all things. Because all things is going to take more energy than we have physically. We need God's strength because, again, when we are weak, He's strong to navigate life and its ups and downs. Even wealth, He said, it is I who have given you the power to gain wealth. So whatever it is that we want, we need, we can do it through Christ. Anybody who have gained or accumulating things the other way, even though they have it, I'm telling you, yes, they may have the material things to show, but inside they're missing the key component, and that is with Christ. Whatever they have, they did not get it through Christ. So there's a void inside of them where that makes them even more meaner, more vindictive, more hostile when they come across people like you and I, because we have a joy that passeth all understanding. We have a peace that passeth all understanding that the world didn't give us and the world can't take us away. And so a lot of people will try to break us because, see, they're mean, they're bitter. And it's sad, but yes, those people will try to hurt us. Because even though they have the money, but they don't have the peace, they don't have the joy, they don't have the light that you have. So this is why, sometimes we complain and all of this stuff, but let me tell you, spiritually, we are abundant. And when you're spiritually abundant, I mean, that is priceless. You have everything, my friend. We have everything. So the truth is that you can do all things through Christ because you're royalty. You know who you are, you know whose you are. And this is why, the ups and whatever they do, they'll try to come against you. Again, people don't like it when you reposition your crown. A lot of people don't like it when you know your worth. And when you speak up for yourself, then they're gonna say, "Oh, you think you're better than others. Oh, you're insubordinate. Oh, all of these ridiculous reasons that they're gonna come up to justify their actions for mistreating you or mistreating us." You see, the weapons cannot prosper. I'm telling you, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. You can do all things through Christ, and you need to know the weapons may form, but they cannot prosper. Why? Because we are protected. I'm telling you, look at this. It had to happen. It had to happen. I'm telling you, like when I was starting, I'm telling you, when I was just reminiscing, like preparing for the message, and just it's like God just took me down memory lane, reminiscing. It had to happen. All the things that you've gone through up until now, it had to happen to you. It had to happen. Meditate, go within. It had to happen. For some of you, I don't know, this card was at the top here. It says open soup kitchens. So some of you could have been, you know what it's like to be homeless. You know what it is like at this time of the year for somebody. It may not be for everybody, but you know what it's like at this time of the year to, maybe even if you're not going through it now, but there were times maybe you were fed or assisted from a soup kitchen or some shelter of the sort. And because you went through certain things in life, it's probably heavy on your heart that, when you get out of your situation or when God bless you, when you can do better, you will open soup kitchen. And you may not have gone through it, but it's just something that is on your heart as an empath. You want to care for people, you want to help people. And it's so, yeah, like especially this time of the year, winter, and whenever you get this message, it's timeless. But it's recording, or I'm doing this over the holiday season, Christmas. So yeah, where people are cold, people need help. Not only that, but even after the winter season, it is a cold world out there, and not everybody is helpful or kind. And we are the ones that God has his hands and his feet to take care of those who are less fortunate. He said there will always be among us the widows, the homeless, the sick. So yeah, so if that is something that speaks to you, then that may be confirmation for you as well. So when it comes to you can do all things through Christ, it's like it says here, confusion, whatever confusions you have, any uncertainty, anything that's unclear or unsure, it's like get it together, because you need to believe that you need to know that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And it just kind of reminds me, look back there, like snow and red flowers, and yeah, but whatever it is, any spirit of confusion that you may have, you need to confront that. Whether it's confess, coming clean, talking to God. Some of you may at your breaking point as well. Final straw, feeling overwhelmed. Your judgment could be cloudy. You're having some shocking revelation. Some of you may be in your pride. Some of you may be having questions regarding to commitment, relationships, marriage. It's like you need to remember you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. You can do it. And the depth is in reverse. So some of you may be afraid because it says here, with the depth in upright, it's awareness, importance, and value. So some of you, again, your judgment may be very cloudy right now. You're not feeling important. You lack awareness. You may be devaluing your worth. It's like, don't do that. Because when we devalue what we have, then this is why sometimes we're tricked out of our spot. You know, it's kind of like with Jacob and Esau. This is why Jacob was able to trick Esau with his birthright. Because the truth is that Esau Esau did not value what he had. He didn't know the worth of birthright. Him being blessed materialistically and spiritually, all the alleys. And so because of that, he sold out his birthright for a bowl of stew. So it's important for us to, again, is like, get out of that rut. Get out of that rut. Yeah, so the weapons may form, but they can't prosper. People are feeling tired. They're depleted, they're drained. It's a long journey. It's a long journey. Could be back and forth, up and down. A long journey. A lot of things have been hurled and thrown at you. People are feeling they're tired too. You could be tired too. Because for us, you know, when you have to be praying and all of these things and covering yourself and doing it is hard work. And you know, it's like stopping to attend to these petty people. Like I said, they're just old, but they're not mature. And then it's like when you have people who are run by the devil, it's always a tug of war, because the truth is they're trying to pull your birthright out of your hand. They're trying to snatch it. They're trying to cause stagnancy and delays for you. The weapons cannot prosper. And because a lot of people see, or they're coming to the realization that everything that they did, it's not working, it didn't work, they're exhausted. Yep, I'm telling you, they're broken, shattered, heartbroken, and destroyed. They're at a loss for words. Silence, frozen, no words, stonewall. Yep, all because you're nourishing yourself. See, you're protected. The weapons cannot prosper because you're protected. And so because of that, even though they're trying to throw weapons and everything else at whatever you are working on or doing, you're still having progress, self-growth, self-focus, soul finding. By the help of the Holy Spirit, you're flourishing. You're flourishing. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of people, you know, it's like they're stone cold right now. They're speechless. Yeah, they're at a loss for word. They can't believe it. Mm-mm. It's like for everything that they have done, it's like people, they can't believe. It's like, what is it with this person? You know, they can't get rid of you. God is for us. It had to happen. It says fantasy, daydreaming, imagining, fantasize. Like I said, it's like going down memory lane. For a lot of you, a lot of us, for all the things that you have gone through, it's gonna kind of feel like a fantasy. I mean, how I can explain it from a female perspective, you know, it's kind of like, for example, and I guess anybody else, I mean, but I'll share the female first. For example, a woman having a child, going through all of that pain and screaming and all of that, you would have thought she would never have the nerve to get back in that position to get pregnant again. And then before you know it, surprise, I'm pregnant again. Sometimes it's getting a cut or something bad happened and you went through all of that healing process. And you thought you would never get over it because the pain was so much. And then it's like once the healing and everything, you recover 100%, you don't feel it anymore. So for all the ups and downs and the things that you've gone through, God took away the hurt and the pain. I'm telling you, I've come across people like, you know, going out a little bit. I've come across some people from my past, and it's like, I remember recently I saw somebody out. I went out and I even waved hi to the person and they're like, hi, you're okay. And I'm like, and I just waved back. I didn't even respond. And it's like on my way walking, going, I'm like, why don't we talk again? I know we don't talk. But then the thing is like, when you forgive, because clearly if I did not forgive, then probably at the moment I saw that person, I would have like, I would have tensioned up. But I saw the person and I just, kind of wave a little hi, like, hello. Because she was looking at me. And it's the same. It's like, and I know we don't talk for a reason. And then it's like, when I went back down, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what it was. But that's what I'm saying is like, God takes the edge off. This is what complete forgiveness is all about. Let me tell you, I prefer when I encounter my ops that they run away from me. But the truth is that when you know that you don't hurt people, you don't have to put your head down when you see anybody coming. So it's going to feel a little bit like a fantasy, like you're daydreaming, like, wow, I went through that. I mean, sometimes when I think about the things I've gone through and still going through stuff, but like the harsher things in the beginning are some of the harsh things from my own karmic family members and fake friends. It's like, wow, I mean, back then I thought I would never get over it. And now God took away the pain. Sometimes it's like, is it a dream? Because He did such a great job at just healing. Again, the potter, He wants to put us together again. Look, karma. Yes, it feels like a fantasy. But the truth is that while you're daydreaming and reminiscing, the people who hurt you or who tried to hurt you, whatever they did to you, they're facing karma. See this rope here? Yes. These people, they got enough rope to unalive themselves. They're left to face the consequences of their action, cause and effects, the debt. Again, they exhausted, whether it's their bank account because they were used doing so much witchcraft. They spend so much money because they were always going for the good one. Because again, they couldn't take you out. You're so protected. So they were always coming at you very hard. I mean, you see it with the exhaustion here. Look, I mean, this is like the highway, traffic ripping, zoop, zoop, zoop. I mean, for a lot of you, a lot of us, these spiritual warfare, they were coming right after the other. No wonder they're tired. They spend too much money. Now they are left to face the consequences of their actions. They have to sit and look at themselves. I'm telling you, some of these people like Judas, they're going to feel so condemned that it's like, don't be surprised if you hear that people take themselves out. I'm telling you. Yes. So for a lot of you, you withdraw, or you withdrew. You're into isolation, solitary, meditating, healing yourself, maybe whatever it is that happened to you in your past. Maybe this is just confirmation, going within to do the healing work. It's like, yes, God is bringing things together here for a lot of you. As you release and you let go and you move on, God is bringing things into place for you. Trouble doesn't last always. Isolation does not last always. But it's a process. It had to happen for you to get to where you need to be. You know what I mean? It's like after, say, for example, being hurt in love, whether romantic or platonic, you go through that, then you go through the isolation phase. I mean, some people, they don't even bother to do that. They just see who they can get again to see if they can get over somebody else. But when you're really conscientious of your own healing journey, self-growth, self-love, and you don't want to make the same mistakes again, when you want to level up in different areas of your life, you will go within. And then as you heal, then as you level up, then God will also send the people in our lives, the people who are suitable for our soul. God will send them to us. So for a lot of you, again, confusion. You may have met people, or you're meeting people now, your path cross, and you're feeling confused, or people want you to be confused. In the reverse, it says good fortune. There is no good luck sometimes with these friendships but it's a past life effect. I don't know a lot about past life, but the truth is that sometimes you meet some people, it's like there's this familiarity. It's almost like, because it happened to me before, where I met this one very toxic female that, they're on this online group. And I shared before that when I met this person at this event, immediately I felt as if I stepped into part two of something. Because for whatever reason, I've never met her before, but there was this soul recognition. And it's like, I'm telling you, this person is like from the pit of hell. I'm telling you, I don't know what happened in the part one, but yes, part two really. So like I said, it was meant to happen. It's meant to happen while you encounter some people in life. There's a lesson to be learned here. It's like, yes, this person or these friendship who try to cause confusion, it's a past life. These people are not a blessing at all, because good fortune would have been in the upright. It's like good luck, blessings. Yeah, they were not a blessing to you. And with the talisman in the reverse, it's like the key in reverse. It's like these people, a lot of them, they don't want to see you unlock the door to your blessings. For a lot of these people, soulmate in reverse. These are people who maybe you thought that they were from your soulmate, soul tribe, in your soul family. Again, that sense of familiarity, but I just see this as very karmic. These friendship, they're very toxic. A lot of these people, they're the ones who want to cloud your judgment. But the truth is that these fake people that you met, or you're meeting, or you will meet, this will lead to your transformation, your level up, death and rebirth here. From your caterpillar to your butterfly moment. You're going to die to self. But I'm telling you, you're going to rise more beautiful, more powerful, more stronger. I mean, yes, it will be worth it after all. I'm telling you. And good things is going to happen. Yes, they didn't want to, or they didn't want you to have any good luck or blessings in your life. But the truth is, what God has for you, He has for you with the affluence card here. It's like every level, it's like, look at it, up or down, you're covered, you're protected here. They can't stop it. One or two monkey can't stop the show. The work of God must and it will go on. And He will remove people. And if people think that they're too strong, I mean, there are many others who were that arrogant, who thought, look, you saw that fellow. There are many others who were very arrogant, who thought that they were strong too. They were powerful too. Pharaoh is, again, going back to Pharaoh, very arrogant. He wanted to control. See, with these karmic people, it's all about control. It's like they want to keep a reign. He woke up and he felt like, oh, why did I send them away? He packed 600 of his favorite, strongest horses and chariots and men. Let us pursue them. God takes care of His own, my friends. Fire by night, so that the children of Israel could see where they're going, and a cloud by day between the children of Israel and Pharaoh, so that Pharaoh wouldn't be able to see them. God allowed Pharaoh to think that he had them. And then once they got onto, we are in the middle of the sea, coming after the children of Israel, after God parted the Red Sea and the children of Israel were going over. God ripped the wheels off of the chariots to slow them down. and to buy time for the children of Israel to completely get to the other side. Not one of them, not one of their chickens, not one of their animals or their babies perish. But everyone of Pharaoh and his army and everybody were drowned. Oh, just when things look hopeless, my friends, my God, he delivers again. Be still. Moses told the children of Israel, be still. The Egyptians that you see today, you will not see anymore. Stand still and allow God to fight our battles. And you see the death card pop out here. These people are tired because the weapons did not prosper. So that means, guess what? All the weapons that they form, all the arrows that they shoot out at you, guess where it's coming back? I'm telling you, a lot of people, they are scared right now. I mean, like I used the example in the beginning, when the light comes on and the cockroaches, everybody's scampering, they're running the other way, bumping into things. Remember, I saw the card with the rope. A lot of people, they're going to want to check out because when they look at what they're going to face, you see, this is the consequence. We saw the karma card. People are exhausted. A lot of people are going to have endings in their life, whether it's physically, spiritually. And again, I didn't even see this card, but like I said, Pharaoh's heart was so hardened, wanting to hold on to the children of Israel, to control, all because they were vindictive and jealous. And, it's like that domineering spirit. And every time it's like it's like the harder Pharaoh hardened his heart, is the more God unleashed punishment upon him until he lost his child. Some people, they're gonna lose something in their life that they cherish, all because they refuse to give up. They refuse to give up. They didn't want to give up. Death, look, the hourglass. It's time. It's time. It's time for endings. And a lot of people know that it's time. Do you remember the soap opera? Was it Days of Our Lives? Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Yes, it's time. It's time. These people know their time is up. It's time to face the music. It's time to face their music. It's their music. It's their music. They did it themselves. They came against you. They came against us willingly. And now they're exhausted. Now all the weapons, everything they did, it's ricocheting. And when I tell you, oh, look, this is, I split the deck. These people are not feeling protected. They are not covered, my friends. From the east, the west, the north, and south, they are exposed. They are exposed. Wow. Wow. They are exposed. Mm-mm-mm. They are exposed. A lot of these people, I'm telling you, they did it out of jealousy. They were very jealous. Wow. They're not protected. It's time. Oops. Let me get this. It's time. It's time for these fake friends. People who wanted to cause confusion. And that's the thing too. When you know that God put you somewhere, and I apologize if this message is a little bit long, but if you think it's too long, then just stop it. You don't have to watch any further, okay? But the work of God must go on. It may not be for somebody, but it's for everybody. Look, the horseshoe, lucky. It had to happen. Because I'm telling you, this is what is going to lead to your big break. This is what is going to give you this blessing. I'm hearing I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes. With the shadow. Because a lot of you, wow, like I said before, it's by you confronting these things in your life. It had to happen. Or else it's like you would have been forever been haunted and tormented by like the ghosts of your past. So yes, like I said it earlier, not only even coming here, learning more about spirituality, how evil and mean people are, but it also helped me to know about my shadow side as well. The things in my past, why I allow certain things to happen to me. What is it that I struggle with? Why I go through the things that I go through? I am meeting the same familiar spirit. I had to confront my fears, my own demons too, so that I could be balanced because I was too much of the light, too kind, even to my own fault, too loyal to people who are disloyal to me. I need to face the fact. Why is it that I'm giving to people, places, or things that are only hurting me? Yeah, it had to happen. This is going to lead to your big break, my friends. Yeah. See, message. This is again the butterfly, right? Transformation. It's like this just reminds me of like your message, all your mess. God used all your mess to create your beautiful message. All your mess. Again, I don't know. To me, it looks like a butterfly, but it's almost like the skeleton of a butterfly. It's like all your darkness, all your fears, everything that you've gone through, where you felt vulnerable, your weakness. And again, like just saying, what I mentioned before, God does not call the equipped, but whomever he calls, he equips them. So sometimes people will look at your life and they will say, oh, you're too messy, you're too weak, and they misjudge you. But you are the one, we are the ones that God is looking to use, not them. They think they have it together already. They think they already have it together. God doesn't want anything to do with them. God is calling the people that he's choosing, and he wants to do his work here. So for a lot of you, yeah, I love it. I love it. God is moving. And I saw the card on top, peace over everything. This is what it's all about. Peace over everything. Look, no longer a slave to fear. I can't make it up. Wherever you had confusion, you are changing that, or you change that. You're no longer a slave to fear. You're no longer a slave to your shadow, your dark side. People can't use your past against you. Why? Because your past is now a part of your message. You're not afraid to share and tell people what you've gone through. Yet it's like these people are coming to realize why the weapons couldn't prosper, and they're now exhausted. They're foaming at the mouth. They are depleted. Their energy, their finances, is like they're finished because they did the most. And a lot of them, it's a lot of them, yes. And it's just you alone. And I'm telling you, these people now, it's like seeing kind of like somebody fighting, and they're trying to get up off the ground, one on the ground, and they kind of look groggy, like they're drunk, and they looking up. Yes, it's like they're out of breath. Why? It's because you're a spiritual bait. God sent you here. God sent you into these people's life to wake them up. Again, don't judge a book by its cover. God sent you in these people's life for them, like he told Cain. When Cain was jealous of his brother Abel, he said to Cain, sin is crouching at your door. It wants to devour you. But Cain, but, there's always an out. You have the power to control it, whatever it is, whatever your demons, their demons are. But instead, these people, like Pharaoh, they hardened their heart and they just came harder. And the more they up their antics, God is like, okay, come on, baby. And I'm telling you, now their bank book is feeling it for some of them. I'm telling you, for some of them, They're going to have spiritual or physical endings. They're going to have endings in their life or financially, whatever it is, Ali. They're going to lose some things and they're going to know why they lost it. It's because they came against one of God's chosen. When I say, touch not the Lord's anointed and do his prophets no harm, they touch God's anointed. At least they tried for some of them. Yes, it's all a fantasy. Why? Joy comes in the morning. And like I said before, again, not even seeing these cards. The joy you have, the peace you have, the world didn't give it to you and the world cannot take it away. And this is why I said, we are sometimes upset because our biggest problem is money. We would love to get some money. But a lot of people who have the money, they don't have the joy. They don't have the peace that you and I have. And so this is why when you and I show up in their life, they're so triggered because how is it you're so calm? Your light irritates their darkness, their demons. Even though they may have all these accomplishments, but you in your simple way, they feel as if they can't compare. And then you have the competition, compare and despair. They can't win. They can't win. See, with these people, ooh, I overcame in the reverse. These friendship, they didn't overcome, they didn't survive it. They did not overcome you. Remember, these are people who you thought you knew, but then you end up realizing all these people were karmic. They didn't want you to have the key to unlock the door to your destiny. So these people could have wanted to cause, you saw the talisman earlier in the reverse. They didn't want you to have opportunities. They wanted to be triumphant over you. A lot of these people, they don't know who they are. You may be unapologetically you. These people, they're not authentic. They're not real. This is why they're coming to the end. They're at the end of the road here. It's like these people, they didn't want to change. For a lot of these people, they're followers. You don't have anything to apologize about. Some of these people, they may want to apologize now because karma is either on them, judgment is on them. They may want to come back because they're seeing the effect, of what it is to come against you. And they may think that if they come back and apologize, they may think that, if they get back into your good grace, then that will lessen it. Remember, these people are Decepticons. They're always thinking about a way how to get out of something to make life easy for them. But like I said earlier, without even seeing these cards as yet, I am not standing in the way of anybody's judgment or karma. Anybody need a whooping, God, give it to them, hand it to them. Because let me tell you, these people are exhausted now because remember, they were doing the most. It's like it didn't matter which lane you were in, the attacks were coming. It doesn't matter what you were doing, the attacks were coming. Red and white is like, it reminds me of Christmas too. It's like, the attacks, it's coming. They were relentless. They weren't easing up on me. They weren't easing up on you. So it's like, no, I'm just hoping that they were prepared for it. Because see, when these people form their weapons and they pull back, they did it. They give it their best shot. They gave it their best shot. They pull back with everything they have and release it to get us. I'm just hoping that they are ready to receive. It's easy to dish it out. But can they eat it? They will now have to take the whole bottle. Keep pressing on. Keep pressing on. You're lucky. Keep going. Yeah, don't give up. Keep going. I love it. This is so beautiful. I'm telling you. This is good. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give in. The weapons cannot prosper. Yeah, because the truth is that when you know you can do all things through Christ, when you know that God put you on a path, you have a lot of people who want to destiny swap with you. You have a lot of people who want to break you so where you get discouraged so you don't go on your path. And these are people, I'm telling you, and I've been talking about it. These are people with bad reputation. They look wholesome in their face, but their heart is not good. Their heart is not wholesome. And I mean, I don't know if I've said it before, but I love my sisters. But it is so sad that especially and men who have that really toxic feminine energy, low vibrational energy, it's very hard for me and them to vibe. Because it's like too often I get around females and just when I think that okay, I can now, let my hair down, and just when I'm feeling comfortable wanting to take my shoes off, that's when they show that other side of them, the jealousy and the low vibrational competitiveness. And it's like, is again, see, the thing is, sometimes people will say I am not jealous, but it's only because they have not met anyone who pull out that thing out of them. I'm sure Saul met a lot of people, but there was nobody who triggered his jealousy to the point as David did, that caused him to leave his throne, take off his crown, and leave his people that he need to rule to go and chase after a little barefoot shepherd boy out in the woods, sleeping in caves with lions and all of this mosquito, eating God knows what, peeing bushes and all of these things just because of David. He was jealous. He didn't want David to take his spot. And so it is, we have people around us. And this is why we have to be very careful. And I know, even though sometimes we're so cautious, but the truth is that, especially when you are an ambassador for God, we can be as careful as we want. But a lot of the times, God sends us as spiritual baits, innocently, to wolves to see how they're going to handle us. How they're going to do it. Are they going to, again, whatever the insecurities that they have been suppressing, or maybe they have been doing this to people, shortchanging them, sabotaging people. And God is saying, I'm giving you a chance to repent. We saw that card. A chance to repent, to change from your evil, wicked ways. Or else, whatever it is, it's going to take you down. And here we have now, these people are exhausted because they did too much. And this is why when you know what you know, that God put you in a place and a time to do something. Don't let anybody try to, even if they try to delay, to stagnate, or talk you out of this. Stand your ground. Because guess what? If it's not through them, God will open another way. But don't let anybody talk you out of your vision. Don't let anybody try to discourage you. When you know that you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. See, some people, they look at it and say, oh, you look green behind the ears. Because in comparison to them or their friends, you don't have the experience. But see, this is the thing. God is not looking for people who already have the experience. Or who know how to speak, or who know how to da-da-da-da. The truth is that God is calling us up front now. See, this is how you have underdogs. It's like, wow, this is powerful. God is calling the people. And like he told Jeremiah, I will word your mouth. You don't need to come with a long resume and reference letter like a lot of people. You have the wisdom. We have the wisdom. Because a lot of people, they can only talk a good game, but they have not gone through life. We have the receipts. And like I said, it's our mess that God is using to make our message. So people will try to talk you down. No, you don't look the part. You don't fit the part because you don't have the, this rap sheet of experience and all of this stuff. It's not up to man. When you're doing God's work, God will make a way for you. It's not up to man to decide. God, he has the final say. He has the final say. So don't let anybody discourage you, especially when you know with all your heart that the path that you're on, your career field, you're in your purpose. Don't let people try to stall you to see if you're going to get exhausted so you will walk away from what is yours. That is, and I'm telling you, every time that you're going to do God's work, the devil also have his people set up, waiting to try to stop you and block you. And it doesn't matter what they look like. And they will say, no, I don't work for the devil. But your heart tells me that you're working for the devil. Because guess what? By the fruit you shall know them. The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. The enemy is an accuser of the brethren. So anybody who tells lies on you just because they want to get people on their side to stop and block you, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy your dreams, your hopes, and your plans. This is why I said it had to happen for us to learn these lessons as to who to trust, who not to trust. People can't laugh in your face, and at the same time, they're hissing like a snake. And you just take it and just go about your business. Now, with the spirit of discernment, we're cutting to the chase. We're cutting away all the fluff, and we're going straight to the heart, straight to the soul. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. And this is how it had to happen, my friends. This is why it had to happen. So that we learn the art of spiritual warfare. We know those who are for us and we know those who are against us. This is why it had to happen. For those of you who are going through it, it will get easier. But these are lessons in life that nobody could have taught you. It doesn't matter. I can share certain experiences and you may be able to learn and say, okay, next time I'll look out for that or avoid that. But then there are certain things, because if you're working for God, you have your assignment and he's going to send you into these relationships and connections where you meet people. And yes, God is using you to pull them out. You're a spiritual bait. You're a trap placed in these people's life to highlight their flaws and their weaknesses. Come out, wherever you are. Okay. I love it. This is so awesome. It's powerful. It helped me. It encouraged me. I certainly hope. So yeah, a lot of people are going to want to come back to apologize. I hear that song. It's too late. It's too late. Mercy's gone and judgment is here. Do you hear the confirmation? Yes. I love it. Thank you so much. Until next time, take care and be blessed.